The webinar is being recorded.
Nice. Ridgely, welcome to the Open House monthly special edition of the Partner Attraction Formula Mastermind. Very exciting.
Yeah, man.
I hope you're ready, Ridgely. I issued an open invitation to ask Ridgely anything about copywriting that will save or boost your business.
Hey, man, you know what? It's just not even hard because you're not asking me. You're asking me to use AI to make this happen. So it's, yeah.
You make it sound like it's push. You make it sound like it's push button stupid. All right. So shall I demonstrate my brand new, I've not even shown you yet, push button brilliance here?
I think you should.
All right. So let me, folks, jump right in. While we'll, we'll do a little demo while people are still jumping in here. All right. So, folks, one, if you're new to the mastermind has regular human beings in it as members, but originally there are some very special members that are AI agents in our mastermind, right? One of them is the PAF Brain. It's our AI engine for limbic messaging. You log in. Okay, now originally I spent some time programming a new module. Okay, so let's demonstrate actually. Originally, dip in the chat there and invite somebody to drop their URL into the chat. We're just gonna
Anybody drop a URL in the chat here guys, your URL, so we can show you what one-click stuff can do to a URL. Again, put your website. All right, here we go. Giller Communications.
GillerCommunications.com with our friend Federico. Okay, so all right, so you guys can see my screen, yes? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so this is the PAF Brain. I'm going to use it in the simplest way possible. You can enter in your own text, or you can just simply enter a URL. I will enter a URL. Oops, that's not the URL. Originally, read me the URL,
https://GILLER communications.com.
Communications.com. Okay, my writing is horrible. Is that correct? GillerCommunications.com. Okay. I've enabled this thing to use the very latest ChatGPT 4.0, O for Omni. All right, now, originally, you know that all of our goodies lie here. You click in the box here and you select all kinds of limbic messaging goodies that we've pre-programmed. Okay? We believe statements because such and such matters, you deserve, but here's the brand new one, originally. Check this out. And I'm running it cold, so this is the first time. All right, see this one here called Business Boost?
Yep.
The intention, we're going to see how it works, is that AI is going to go visit this URL. It's going to run a prompt that I've written that will look at your business and give you some lateral thinking ideas on how to boost your business and come up with a little mini plan for you. Okay, sounds ambitious originally, but here we go. I'm going to hit the button here, hit submit. All right, so it's running Business Boost. And this is all generated with one push of the PAF Brain. What's happening behind the scenes is that I've written a prompt which then instructs ChatGPT 4.0 to go and visit the website and do some cool things. Okay, so here are some ideas originally. You tell me if this prompt I wrote is any good or not. Business Boost. Why should you boost your business? Imagine waking up every morning. Okay, so now already you know the tone is different. I've written it so that AI is acting as your business coach about your business. All right. Imagine waking up every morning excited about the opportunities that await. Picture your business not just surviving, but thriving and setting new benchmarks in your industry. Think about the freedom and security that come with increased revenue, allowing you to reinvest in your business, hire more talent, or even take that dream vacation. By pushing your business to new heights, you're not just improving your financial standing, you're building a legacy, creating more jobs, and making a lasting impact on your community. Okay, so originally, Federico should be pumped up right now. Okay. Introduction. Your journey to boosting your business involves exploring new marketing opportunities, enhancing your products or services, blah, blah, blah. Potential benefits are immense. This plan will guide you through the steps needed. Okay, here we go. Here's some essential tools and resources that you should consider whether you have or not, or you can beg, borrow, or whatever. You know, it gives you some recommendations about project management tools, everything else. And there we go. Learning resources is giving you a couple of, now these recommendations are based on an analysis of your website. So how cool is that, right? Okay. Setting up for the business.
Let me just see those for a second. So that's interesting because you've got Gary V's crushing it, which is a big time marketing thing. The Lean Startup, which is all about the Lean Startup, written by Eric Ries, is made by is designed to create an MVP, but not MVP like most valuable player. MVP is a minimally viable product so that you put it out into the marketplace and begin to get feedback as you're marketing it. So that's very interesting. Obviously, both Coursera and Udemy are course platforms, and Neil Patel and Moz are big time marketers.
Yep, exactly. Now, this is going to generate a plan for our buddy Federico to use to boost his business. Okay, so setting up for the business boost, here's some ideas. New specialties, identify niche markets that are underserved, target markets, focus on high potential demographics, service enhancements, improve or add new features to existing products and services. Okay, so here are some goals that Federico should consider. Okay, so now obviously these are based on best practices of, things relevant to his business.
Building hold on. I mean, you always go too fast here. Hold on. People need a chance to soak this in. So
soak it in.
Revenue, okay, figure out the target audience, detail what your service and products are, consider the pricing, and make a marketing plan, including SEO, paid traffic, content marketing, and social media. Okay.
Yes. Okay, cool. Building a portfolio, showcase projects, highlight successful projects or case studies. Now, we should tell everybody that Federico is a brilliant communications person specializing in videos. Richard, do you want to give Federico a 30-second plug?
Yeah, so Federico is an award-winning filmmaker based in West Palm Beach. He's the founder of the Palm Beach Video Academy, genius at creating content marketing videos, very specifically, with tremendous expertise, a real gift in making high-profile individuals like CEOs or leaders very comfortable in front of the camera, so they end up showcasing very well and selling more stuff.
There you go. Great. Okay, so in building a portfolio, now I've not visited Federico's site, and Federico will have to be the judge as to, self-rating how he's doing with each of these things. How's his portfolio? Is it showcasing current projects? Is he collecting customer testimonials, collect and display positive reviews? Ensure professional website. Ensure your website is modern and easy to navigate. Marketing and finding clients and customers. Personal brand and online presence. Your website. Is it professional? Is it SEO optimized? Is it mobile friendly? Social media platforms. Are you using consistent branding across the platforms? Okay. Social media strategies. Content calendar. This is Ridgely's favorite thing. He calls it the editorial calendar. But plan posts and campaigns in advance. We spent a whole 2-hour meeting this morning with our team, Ridgely, going over the importance of our editorial calendar. Engagement. Regularly interact with followers. Okay, networking. Industry events, attend conferences and trade shows, online communities, participate in forums and online groups, freelance platforms, Federico, profiles, create detailed profiles on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, proposals, tailor proposals to each potential client. Content marketing, hit up your blog, regularly publish insightful articles, YouTube channel, Federico, get in front of the camera, create how-to videos or product demos, podcasts, discuss industry trends and tips, email marketing, list building, engagement, and then now here's some tips on managing your clients and projects. I'm not going to read all of this, but it covers all the basics. Now, yes, it's sparse, but you can then take this to AI and say, hey, for my focus area, how do I do each of the following, right? Now, scaling the new focus. All right, Federico, put your thinking cap on. Increasing rates, value proposition, clearly communicate the value you provide. Now, Richard and I know the value that you provide, but you need to make that clear and increase your rates. Market research, understand what competitors charge. Expanding services, new offerings, customer feedback, getting help, continuous learning, and on and on and on. And this is just a little basic mini coaching session for Federico. Here's the conclusion. Federico, look at you. You have such an awesome background. You need to be making videos every day, my man.
Well, this is part of the setup. Yes, and thank you. This is phenomenal, Hubert. This is
Awesome.
incredible.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, ask me for some advice, Federico.
No,
Well, go ahead,
ahead.
Ridge.
No, you go ahead.
Here's how do I eloquently communicate. I'm very good at getting other people to talk about the stuff that I do, and once you see the website, I mean, it's really going to blow you away what other people are saying about me. The piece that I always have a challenge with, and Ridgely knows well about this, is how do I then get specific into my actual product offer? And this is what I do. You know, I've got, when it was talking about great customer testimonials or case studies, et cetera, it's like, wow, I have them, you know, I have dozens of them. Yes. Phenomenal. But to me, it's getting into that very specific niche in that area where I specialize in. That's the piece that I'm having a challenge with. And actually, before you answer that, Hubert, I was blown away because I'm actually working right off of Gary Vaynerchuk's brand new book. It isn't the one that appeared, but this has been like what, 3-4 weeks in the marketplace, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. So AI is kind of tuned in, huh?
All right. So yes, exactly. So now, Federico, you've known Ridgely for a very long time, as have I, and Ridgely will tell you, Federico, it's all about the mindset. It's clear that you have the proof elements. It's clear that you have the testimonials. It's clear that you have the chops and the everything else, right? Working on your business instead of in your business, as the owner of the business, Federico, working on your mindset is an incredible thing. Look at this quote right here, conclusion from the AI, PAF Brain. Stay committed to your vision and enjoy the journey of building a successful business. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Keep pushing forward and you'll achieve the success you envision, right? So now, rather than jumping off the cliff and saying, oh, I got to do this, and this, you always, at the beginning of your day, need to spend the 5 minutes, and I'm going to pass it off to Ridgely because he does this all the time. Why am I doing it? Who am I doing it for? Right. Let me center myself. Let me calm my ass down so that I can serve. Ridgely, I'm queuing it up for you, brother.
Yeah, okay. Well, so let's talk about this for a second before we go any further, because
okay, I'm just going to stop and share so that we can give us full attention.
Yeah, so one of the big things that is a buzzword in AI, and people are selling services based on this buzzword. People are pretending that they know what they're doing based on this buzzword. Some do, by the way, a lot don't. So when we're talking about creating an AI agent, Hubert, what exactly does that mean?
The word agent and agentive is the adjective word, is the next wave of big breakthrough on AI, in that right now you can ask AI for advice and it gives you all kinds of cool stuff. It'll give you all better marketing copy than you can write yourself. It'll tell you your vision better than you can express it to yourself. The next step, and the reason why it's called an agent, is, and this is the little scary part here, when you say, give me that plan, and then go ahead and on my behalf, take action. Eventually, that's what makes it an agent. And the next wave of AI is going to be agents that interact on your behalf, and they're going to go and interact with other agents and just like schedule stuff and stuff like that for you in the future.
Explain to everybody why it is that an agent is not a thinking unit. In other words, an agent doesn't multitask. At this point, now this may change in 2 weeks, but at this point, or maybe 3 weeks, things happen very fast in AI. At this point, agents are designed to accomplish a specific task. Explain that, Hubert, and why the concept that an agent can act like a full-blown VA is just not accurate.
It's not yet accurate because it's not that the systems aren't capable of it. It's that most people, when they go to build the agent or an AI team member, as we call it, they're not spending enough time giving the background of what the agent should do for you. I'm going to take Federico as an example. Federico may build an AI team member and say, okay, start gathering my testimonials and publishing them on YouTube. If you had a human, Federico, what you would first do is you're going to say, listen, buddy, you're an awesome young woman. You're an awesome young man. I believe in you. Here's my vision. Join my team. We're going to build the best channel for whatever, and we're going to serve all the people that do this, that, and the other thing. You're giving a vision to your human employees. You need to also do the equivalent when you're building an agent or building a chatbot or a custom GPT or anything, to tell it and share your vision. And richly, in order for that to be successfully done, people have to embrace like what their own business goals and aspirations are. And that's the part that everybody skips. So the agent wants to do stuff for you, but doesn't know like how best to serve you, because we're all shy about expressing like our visions and dreams as business owners.
So kind of tell the machine the business story or my intention kind of a thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, and here's some silly stuff, but it works, okay? And there were studies that I can quote you that show it works, okay? Rather than say, write me a business plan for my video agency, say, act as a business coach, personal development coach, or whatever your focus is, okay? Help me out of the situation I'm in. I want to move my business from here to here. I want to leave a legacy for my son. I really want you to work hard on my behalf. And then ask it its question, you are going to get a different answer.
Wow.
Because it is going to give you input based on you. The little quote that I ran, it was actually no accident that it came up with a Gary Vaynerchuk book, which you're reading now.
Right.
And it's because it looked at your website, and I don't know how it thought of it, but somehow the content that you already put on your website, it said, oh, you must have been previously influenced by Gary Vee. And there must be some principles there that it picked up some sort of vibe.
Very much so. Yes. Oh, I know exactly where it went. Yes.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
And as the AI coach, what I'm doing here, Richly, I don't even need to know. My tool knows, and I didn't even know. I care about Federico, so I'm going to look after the fact. But we ran that test blind. We put in literally his URL and hit one button.
Wild.
And here, talk to us about. So I remember having a great session personally with Mike Filsaime. And Mike Filsaime is a pretty smart dude. And he started out programming software on Long Island, down the street from where you are right now, Hubert Lee, a long time ago, right? When he was 16 years old, and he's not a spring chicken anymore. And he was explaining the concept of thinking in terms of AI agents as individual roles that can be performed by specific team members, such as, for example, agent number one could do the research on a topic. Agent number two could write a Facebook ad on the topic. Agent number three would be the agent that deploys the Facebook ad onto Facebook. And agent number four is the agent that makes sure that it's in full compliance with all Facebook regulations. But you couldn't get one agent to do all of that. Break that down for us.
Okay, so this is cutting edge now. Okay, so right now, with the tools that are commonly available to you and I and all of our business colleagues, you cannot yet do the following. Okay, but it's not far off. When you create these AI personas, these AI team members, and they truly become agents, meaning they can then act on your behalf, and you have them consult with each other and then bring you the result, that means that you run the query, it's going to do this, it's going to then ask the agent that's an expert in Facebook advertising, and the Facebook advertising agent is going to say, oh, it's about health, so you got to really toe the line between here, and here. And then the copywriting agent is going to say, okay, well, how about this? They're going to go back and forth and then come back to you, Federico, and say, okay, here's our proposal. Now, here's the key to all of this. Okay, and it's even the key now in regular AI. When you write a prompt, include at the back end of your prompt a line that says, please, when you present your findings to me, please explain why you're making these recommendations.
Yes.
When you add that to your prompt, then you're going to see, well, based on this best practice, that best practice, this is what we recommend. In the future, when these agents are interacting on your behalf with each other before synthesizing it and coming it to you, that will be particularly important, because that thread, that explanation, Federico, is going to say, we tailored this because it meets the current advertising guidelines of Facebook. That way, when you as a business owner look at it, it's like you're getting that briefing report from your team members, and they're adding their own speciality and expertise. Okay, so you know that's all like the amazing stuff that's going to come down the line very soon.
And to your point, one of the pieces that I value the most out of what we do so far in terms of the limbic, the pre-created limbic prompts that Ridgely has put together, is the rationale. I said, what's the we believe statement? Where are you putting it? And why are you recommending that this be it? Because even though I may not like the actual limbic statement, I oftentimes 95% of the time, like, really agree with the rationale. It's like, wow, okay. And then that allows me to focus a little bit more.
Yes.
So
exactly.
I love that piece.
What's the difference, if anything, between an AI agent and an AI persona?
So the agents right now are not commonly available. Okay? They cannot act on your behalf. And an AI persona or an AI team member or just your AI chat can advise you, but it can't take the action on your behalf. Okay, so let me also share my screen. And Federico, I urge you to take this as a resource. Okay, I originally has seen this the other day. I'm currently in love with Perplexity.ai. Okay, now I've been a Google fan for a long time, but now I am seriously starting to not use Google. Okay? Perplexity.ai is a search engine, yes, but in actuality, it's what's called an answer engine. It is going to go and run a search. Before it presents it to you on your behalf, it's going to synthesize it using AI, and it's going to present you with findings and interpret the search results for you. So for example, okay, I am a video agency owner and need to grow my business. How should I use, I'm just going to choose something, Federico. How should I use social media to jumpstart? I'm sorry, let me keep the language the same, to boost my business ASAP. Okay, so I'm going to submit that. Okay, it goes and it runs the search. Okay, now it is also programmed to tell you what it's doing while it's running the search. Okay, so it right away it wants to hone in and ask you what your interest is, right? And so you can click on one of these and it'll focus on that, but now it starts spinning out the answer. Now, note the experience. It's very different from a search engine. It's not providing you the links right away. It's providing you with the answers right away. Okay, so as a video agency owner looking to grow your business, blah, 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 here are some things you should do. So, and you take it or you don't take it or whatever, Federico, that's up to you, but it gives you advice. Choose the right platform, showcase your work, have a content strategy, leverage hashtags. It gets very, very, deep very, very quickly. Okay, so now this is a search engine that's acting as a coach, meaning it's an answer engine, and it is using AI to anticipate what you really want and give you advice. Now then, it then gives you potential, more searches. Well, what are the best social media platforms, right? So you would open that up, and it would now start going down that road. Okay, now it's telling you what the sources are that is synthesizing its answer from, which is great because many AIs are black boxes, but Perplexity, their owners are they come from academia, so having citations is important to them. So you can always go to the sources, but idea here is that the perplexity layer is synthesizing this for you. And the more you tell it, the more it can serve you. So it's telling you YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and it's telling you why, all of that. So you can go on and on and on. So what I'm saying to you, Federico, and everybody else on the call is that the next wave in searching is an answer engine as opposed to a search engine. And right now, perplexity.ai, it's totally free. You should all start jumping on there and start asking it questions, and you'll be amazed. Now, originally, I have gone down the deep end now and like down the track. So we really should just pull back a moment and invite people. If they want some laser coaching or whatever, just like Federico jumped up, feel free to raise your hand and ask.
Yeah, and one other question that came in the chat, and I just want to make sure we answer this, is custom GPTs. What's the difference between a custom GPT and an AI agent or persona?
Okay, now again, an AI agent is not commonly available to everybody right now, so that's kind of a moot point. Okay, the custom GPT is, okay, so if anybody on call is brand new to GTP, that's a great thing because this is a great time to start, because what we were all paying a lot of money for just a few months ago is now commonly available for you free. Okay, so if you're just getting into AI, that's great. Go to
open up my ChatGPT account.
Go and get a ChatGPT account. And originally, a free ChatGPT account, guess which model it runs? GPT-4. No, it doesn't run 4.0 yet, but the free one runs ChatGPT-4, which means for free, you get the quality of the answers out of ChatGPT-4.
Yeah.
We used to wonder, is AI going to be as big as the internet or whatever these, points are, Okay, all three of us here, we're kind of old. We've seen a lot of things come and go. This one is bigger than ever. Okay, so
how do I build a GPT? I'm in here now. What do I do?
You're in the ChatGPT interface. You can just, on the left side there, let me just see here. You can, that explore GPTs, by the way, that's a valuable function because you can explore GPTs, custom GPTs that other people built. Mm-hmm. Very, very cool. For you to build your own GPT, you would go, it used to be up there, but let me just check my interface and see where it is. Okay. But let me just explain, by the way, what a custom GPT is. When you use ChatGPT, and all ChatGPT is a way to access a AI model by chatting with it. You can type into it, or you can voice chat if you install the app on your phone. If you have ChatGPT Plus and you have not yet installed the ChatGPT app on your phone, do so because it's very, very cool. Okay, so a custom GPT is a way to take the GPT and train it on your own knowledge set. Meaning you upload your own videos, you upload your own PDFs, you upload your own Google Docs, and it will learn everything about it. So yeah, so click create. Okay, now there's a wizard, and it is using AI to help you create your own AI custom GPT. So you're gonna name a GPT. It's gonna then ask you what do you want it to do. You're gonna say, give me a wizard on creating, I don't know, inspirational quotes or something like that. And then it will just ask you step by step what it should do. And then at the end of the day, it spits out a custom GPT.
Okay, so let's just do this real quick. Give me a wizard on writing brand new inspirational quotes. And now it's working. It's working away. What's happening here?
Yes.
Now, Scott Brown's asking, will ChatGPT automatically upgrade a free account to 4, or do we have to open a brand new free account?
It should be available as a model choice, Scott. I haven't logged into my free account in a while, but you should take a look. And I thought that you could select the model.
So now it should say the recipient must be in the form of tool name.function.name. Look at that. Now we've got a profile picture, got an initial image for me. I'm just going to agree with it. Perfect. We're just going. Now this is all happening. What's the emphasize or avoided in the quotes? Emphasize mindset and positive outlook
For entrepreneurs.
for entrepreneurs.
The more specificity you
And
give AI, the more useful output you get.
all forms of negativity and scarcity. And no, I don't have to type correctly. It doesn't matter because it'll correct me automatically, as you just saw. I didn't type correctly and doesn't matter. It does it anyway. Boom. We've updated the emphasis. Now let's fine tune. How would you like the inspirational to talk? Should it be formal, casual, or have a specific tone or style? Casual and humorous. There we go. And again, this is just a tool, so we can ask it anything we want. We can do it our way. We don't have to limit it. Feel free.
Now,
Okay.
now, folks, let me just explain this interface. As Ridgely is building it using the wizard on the left, it's giving a preview on the right. And so what the right side is showing is how the finished UI will work on the right side of the screen.
And it's ready to go.
And I'm sorry, before you continue. So Federico, what you could do is you can create an AI custom GPT to give advice about video production. Right? And so on your website, you can put, ask Federico anything about videos, and it will, particularly, if you have a core set of, secrets that you document in a PDF or something like that, it will use your material in addition to the world at large. Sorry, Ridgely, back to you.
Wow.
Me, 3 quotes for the starting out entrepreneur to feel inspired each morning. Notice
Now,
on purpose.
what Ridgely is doing is he's actually using the GPT that he created.
Now it's giving me a whole bunch of them. Look at this. All new. Rise and grind. Today's challenges are just stepping stones to tomorrow's successes. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do consistently. Keep at it. The only limit to your impact is your imagination. Commit, dream, work, worm big. I mean, this is just great, right?
Yeah. So basically, what Ridgely has written is just a motivational business coach GPT right here, and you can then go and brand it. You can call it, Ridgely's Motivator or something like that, and then put it on your website, and then now you have a little thingy that, took 2 minutes to build.
Look at this. Your passion is your power. Let it drive you every single morning towards your goal. Do you know how many people have made a fortune on Instagram by just putting out one dumbass quote, excuse my French, like that every day? Right? They made a killing on Instagram. And now I can create a tool. And by the way, that's the tool that creates the quote. Now we would create a different tool to distribute the quote. Am I correct about that, Hubert?
Yes. So it gets a little more complicated if now you want to put it on your website. The very one that you just created that took 2 minutes to create, you now can share in the paid ChatGPT community, and you can put it out there so that when other people that also pay to use ChatGPT, they can see what you just created. So that's just baked in and part of it. But you can then take the additional step and put it on your website.
So Federico, you had a couple questions for us. Let's run through those real quick, and then we'll pull up Scott Brown here.
Perfect. Yeah, let's run right through if you want to pull up the major challenge that I have, Ridgely, is really, it's mostly in the flow of the conversation on the website. As you can see, it's so heavily based on, oh, thank you for pulling it up. Great. Okay. So there's a little bit of that limbic messaging. I put some context within it. We want to grow your sales, attract top 100 customers, and make your brand stand out. We believe in giving you...
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Notice what you said. You said, want to grow your sales. There's no reason to have the words do you in front of that. Out of your mouth, you skipped do you. So there's no reason to have that, right? Just say it. Okay. Got it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So there, we believe in giving voice to your customers. That really summarizes everything, that I do. Immediately, images of me working with people, doing the whole interviewing things. Then I come to this space right here, watch this video in the next 175 seconds, you'll know how I can help your business. Right? And that video is, 100% testimonials. So
I word that is you'll know how to take your business to the next level. So it's all about them, as opposed to how I can help your business. You'll know how to take your business to the next level.
okay.
Okay. Having a hard time with visibility on this blue. Hubert, you share that at all? You're on mute, man. Can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. I'm not seeing the screen share. Can you share the screen again? I'll take a look.
Yeah, it's on there. I'm seeing it.
Hold on.
Okay, now I see it.
Oh, okay.
Just having a hard time.
Yeah,
So
that's
that blue could be lighter, yeah, or
yeah,
white, or
it can be white, yes.
yeah. Okay, got it.
And then also too, and you know this, Federico, with this type of thing, the less words, the better.
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Okay.
What top consultants say about the power of genuine video testimonials? That's it, right? Okay, cool testimonial. We believe in making a difference. Don't just take our word for it. I presume there's pictures
Oh,
about
the pictures in there are not showing up. That's happened a few times before. Okay.
Okay, we'll leave social proof is all good. I like the limbic messages. And so you're asking us about flow. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, I am.
How, say, learn more. Is that your main call to action?
That one is just there. The button was there, just there, and I want to expand a little bit about what the distinctions are of these campaigns. That's where I go more into initially into the sales piece. But now that I saw the chat GPT, whatever that thing is that you called, Hubert, it's like, wow, why not put something like this? What are the secrets to doing, having a GPT thing right in there.
By the way, just an FYI, I have sometimes things that I notice. This image on the right-hand side with these guys in suits rowing, it shows up a lot, bro. It's a really overused image. So I would,
Okay.
Case studies, discover stories, make a difference. I think this is good. I think you need more buttons that are calls to action in between these things, reminding people over and over, set up a free call, talk to us.
Right.
How can I help you? Talk to us. This is a pet peeve of a lot of people, man. If you got three things, you got to make them more or less the same length, bro.
Okay.
This is great. Before, after. I would make that before and after much bigger, bolder, so people are clear that it's before and after, because people love before and afters. There's a third. Again, we need more buttons saying, see, look at this. The backstory of the challenge, the win looks much cleaner.
Yeah.
No white space.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think about this, Hubie, that it is so social proof centric?
We can stop it there, because this is just sort of the model that I was using from previous website.
Hubie,
well, so yeah, here are my thoughts. Okay, and so if you scroll to the very top, Federico is going with like the one-page website model. Okay, meaning there's no horizontal navigation. You don't go to a series of pages. Okay. The issue with that, for Federico's purposes, is that the one-pager website is very cool when basically you have nothing to say. Okay. Federico has so much to say and so much value to add and so much to explain as to how he does it that, Federico, you should not use a one-page website. because a traditional flow with the navigation can answer the whole thing about what you deserve, how you can do it. I'm the one to help you because this and that, meaning there's a whole journey through the whole thing. And because you're telling a story through the navigation and you have all of that content, the experience would be much more satisfying at the end rather than a one-page website. Originally, if you go to emeryfinancial.com
Put it up right now.
and look at how the story is told, stretch it wider so that it flows better. The whole story is told through the navigation.
Okay.
So it's what you deserve. Okay, so when you click it, it's almost like, yes, you can scroll through the homepage and check out all the stuff. But even before that, it's like what you deserve. It's limbic messaging. Yes, I do. And then you talk about who we are and how we do it. And here's the proof. And then look at how the learn how is where all the stuff is. Right? And so originally, click on what you deserve. And the whole story can be told by just the slider panel, meaning like you deserve to be among the industry's best, right? And now, without going down the page originally, go horizontally through the navigation. The navigation tells a story. Now click who we are. Well, because community banking matters and blah, 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 whatever. And then go back up and go to the next one. How it's done. Right? And so you can see the whole story in the navigation. And we did this because, and we did it lavishly because they have a lot of photography and they have a lot of frameworks and they have a lot of content and they deserve like a whole full navigation. So Federico, when you were starting out, maybe a one pager would be cool for you, but you deserve now like a full, website with pages and all kinds of stuff. So
but if you think about your website, Fede, this page right here, the proof page, is largely like your website.
Correct. Yes.
More cross sales, testimonial. I need more loan growth. Testimonial. I need better net interest margin. Testimonial. I need to improve my culture. Testimonial. So we did the exact same thing you did, but we did it on a proof page so that somebody who is really looking for proof, and by the way, every one of these proofs is tied to a pain point.
Yes.
Low cost deposits, pain point for banks, culture, pain point for banks, net interest margin, pain point for banks, loan growth, pain point for banks. So all of it is synchronized into a full-blown experience in that way. Phil Alfaro, great friend of ours, has a tremendous comment. Says, I'd ask AI, based on the services you see on my site, your site, Fede, list the top 5 challenges I help my clients solve, and then see what they come up with, which is great. So
yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Phil, long time no see.
All right. We're going to bring up Scott in just a second, but let's just take a quick look here at this website here. That's Smooth that somebody dropped in the chat here for us. Then we're going to work on Scott's stuff.
First off, I love the URL. That's an awesome URL. That's Smooth.
Agreed. So, grooming products for men of colors who own their own energy. Cool. Tells us what it is, but doesn't move the needle in motivation. No more raise bumps, no more irritation. Tells us what it does, but doesn't mean that moves the needle in motivation. Beard care, again, what it is. In other words, this is all about the what, right? What we want to know is the why. So we need the why. By the way, for Skin So Smooth, we had to add an extra O. I love that, but way too small, man. Geez, that's a great line. For Skin So Smooth, we had an extra O, way too small. I also would say that the banner at the top is way too big, right? There's a lot of wasted white space here, right? A lot of wasted white space. Love the concept. Hubert, your thoughts?
Yes, my thoughts are, I'm going to demonstrate something in a second, but I need you originally to set it up. So you just said in passing, originally, that rather than have the what in that text that we're seeing, right? Explain what limbic messaging is, and the power of like the three formats that we can do, and then we're going to demo that. Okay, so if you can just bring us through an explanation of the power of limbic messaging and the formats.
I'll pull this back up here in just a second. So again, if you look at a cross section of the brain from above, around the perimeter of the brain, the whole perimeter is called the neocortex. Most people refer to that as the thinking brain. It's responsible for logic, data, information, features, benefits, the what, just like what we saw on that smooth. Below that, in the heart of the brain, you have what's called the limbic brain, which we refer to as the emotional brain or the heart space brain. Here's the part that's really important to understand. We make decisions in the limbic or emotional brain. We make decisions based on emotions, and then we justify the decisions in the logical thinking brain. So if the messaging targets the logical thinking brain, what you're going to get people to do is think about it. It's not going to hit in that same way. By the way, everybody, if you want your comments to show up for everyone, make sure you click everyone when you're making comments, because I'm getting a bunch of comments to host and panelists that everybody else is not seeing. So we want the message to target the limbic brain. So if I go back, for example, to here, and I'm looking at some cool images, I want to have a message here that says, because you deserve this. You deserve this, because men of color, this, because, we believe in something. I want something that I can buy into so that I'm nodding my head yes in your favor. And as a result of doing that, I want to be a part of the movement, the tribe, whatever it may be. So this is cool. All about.
Can you break down the three formats that we recommend as like 4 formats that we recommend as starter limbic messaging formats?
The limbic messages that work are: we believe statements, we believe in the community, we believe in your success, we believe in doing it right the first time, every time. You deserve messages. You deserve to win. You deserve to be heard. Something that gets you going. You deserve a smooth, clean face. Because something, insert something, matters is operate number 3. Because awesome. Looking great matters. Because feeling great about how you look matters, right? Just laying some on you right here. And then we picture a world where insert something is another one. We picture a world where all men of color have the smoothest, coolest, greatest looking faces, right? Or right. Something like that. So those are the 4 formats. Second piece on this, on the equation, is to make there's only one thing that the customer cares about, and they only care about what you can do for them. There are 3 top rules of marketing. Rule number 1, it's all about them. Rule number 2, it's all about them. Rule number 3, you can probably figure out. It's all about them, right? So when you talk about you, nobody cares. So if I go back here and I go to about us, our, that smooth, our story, etc., as opposed to changing this to making it about the other person. So watch this. I'm just going to do that real quick. I'm going to grab this content. It does have a limbic message at the bottom, because you matter. That's cool. I'm going to go over to my favorite tool right at the moment, ChatGPT. We're not doing wizards anymore. We're just doing regular stuff. Hold on a second. Let me go back to exit this, go to, how do I exit this back into my
open the menu on the left, I think.
There we go. Thank you very much. Go like this. I'm going to pop this in here, and then I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to go to my prompt library. I'm going to say, okay, partner-centric prompt. Let's change this and make this all about them instead. I'm going to go back, ChatGPT, go like this, pop this here. I'm going to Command V, put that in. Review the below copy. I'm going to say not all the copy on the site. And you're going to see in a microsecond how fast this works. And ensure that it's focused on the client. delete. Here we go. 1, 2. Boom, bam, and go like that. Bam. All right. So now, again, we're going to pay attention to the difference here. Our amazing story, etc. Now watch what happens when we change it from our amazing story to being about them. 1 second. Here we go. Imagine stories make people, etc., to own your own look and own your own energy. Our story is about people. We're here for you, guys with wavy. You know what? If you have hair that's not like everyone else's, but both products don't work for you, our mission is to fix that. We understand that you are you. We understand you because we are you. If you have a beard that's rough and needs moisture, that Smooth is here for you. Our story starts a little bit about us. Miguel grew up using products that hurt. Your story matters. So remember, just like heroes and stories, we're on a journey too. That Smooth is all about making your life better, especially if you have special hair. We believe in your story, and we are here to help you own your look in your own amazing way. Multicultural men of color, we got you because you matter. Now, everything is about the client. So that's part 2 of the formula. Part 3 is to make absolutely sure that the call to action is very clear. So if we go back to the website, let me make sure I'm sharing here so everybody can see it. Then where's our call to action? Let's take a look on the home page. Okay, we got a call, shop now. I'm wondering, is there any kind of some kind of opt-in so we can shop face? It's a straight to a call to action to buy. Wondering, for example, if we might want to get an opt-in, so we're collecting an email database so we can email them promotions, that sort of thing. I think that would be particularly helpful. Hopefully that was cool. Miguel says, can you send me this? Yeah, sure. I'll send it to you. Hold on a second. We can make that happen for sure.
Also, I also have a demo queued up for Miguel when you're ready, Richard.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so cool. So originally just ran a manual prompt direct into the UI, but I'm also going to now show you what I did while he was doing that using the PAF Brain. Okay, so we have a push button thing here. I entered that smooth.com, selected the model. I chose a pre-programmed task called avatars. And what this one does is it goes and looks at the website and it breaks down the personas and it provides limbic messaging for each. So for example, professional groomer, this is the person that, has business, values polished appearance. These are his wants. And here are some emotional messages for that, right? We believe in elevating your grooming routine to match your professional excellence because looking your best matters. Now here's one that's health conscious, right? We believe in natural, effective grooming solutions because what you put on your skin matters. You see how these emotional messages can be tailored for specific avatars. The style icon. This is a man who takes pride in his unique sense of style. He wants to stand out, right? Look his best. Here are some messages for that. We believe in celebrating your unique style. You deserve grooming products that help you shine and stand out because your personal style matters, right? So this is anticipating the wants and needs of specific avatars. Here's the busy family man, right? Men who juggle family and work responsibilities. Because balancing life and looking good matters. We believe in making grooming effortless for you. These are awesome. The young trendsetter, because staying ahead of trends matters. We believe in grooming products that keep up with your dynamic style, right? And so these are just some of the tools that we could do for that. So hopefully that, gets you thinking, Miguel. Happy to do that for you. Richard, I'm going to drop it again in the chat, but let's invite everybody to get a free session with you and learn more about the mastermind. I'll drop it again in the chat.
So what we do, guys, just if you're brand new here, we don't allow anybody in the mastermind that doesn't talk to me first. Sorry, but we got to make sure you're the right person because we do some really advanced, very cutting edge, super cool stuff. So Hubert's going to drop a link, hop onto my calendar, and I will be delighted to have a conversation with you to find out if you're the right fit, and also I'll show you some really cool stuff because I love learning about other people's business, and you know, we have a lot of fun doing those calls, so just hop on and we'll have some fun. All right, we're gonna bring up our brother Scott. He's got some very cool stuff. Hubert Lee, get ready to be challenged, man, because he's got some stuff that he's working on. It's like, okay, all right. We one of the things we'd love to do in the mastermind, for those of you who may be new, is we just say to our members, bring it. What do you got? What do you have? We don't care what it is. We want to be challenged. By the way, if you do have to leave at the top of the hour, we totally understand. At the moment, Hubert, every single person that's been on here has not gone anywhere, which is pretty normal for us also.
Hey, thank you all for attending, folks. It's an honor to share part of your busy day with us. Thank you.
All right. So, Hubert Lee, where did we start together? Where did we originally start? Way back at the beginning. What brought us together from the beginning? What was that?
We met as disciples of Jeff Walker in his whole product launch formula model.
Exactly. We started with Jeff Walker a very long time ago, but we've been together ever since. And so,
and actually, maybe originally you should spend 20 seconds in telling this story. Very briefly in history, he offered a certification as product launch managers, and it was insanely priced as a program. Originally, and I did not know each other at the time, but what we shared in common was that we went begging to our wives saying, no, honey, this is expensive, but we have to do it. So we did it. We went over, we met, it was over in LA. Originally was impressed with my bald head, but I was impressed by the fact that as his date, his significant other was an astronaut, a cosmonaut, and they bought us all lunch. So originally made a huge impact.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Back in the day. So we were trained by Jeff Walker as product launch managers, product launch formula experts. And apparently, according to what I saw in an email, Brother Scott, you had a chance to spend 3 days going through the product launch program. Is that right?
Yeah. Hey, Ridgely.
Hey, Scott. Good to see you, my man.
Hey, Hubert. There you are. I didn't see you at first. Thank you for all that you guys are doing. This is really cool that you guys are so pumped up and so into this.
Yeah,
it means a lot. It almost makes me speechless.
So you did a PLF live.
Yeah, I've been sort of following Jeff off and on for years, and I had wanted to go to like the 3-day things and the PLF live and do some other things, but it just never really seemed like it really fit right. And my marketing, I don't really do mass marketing. Mine's more JV marketing and word of mouth referral, but it's really been on my mind. And here Jeff just come up with this past week. And what's been really cool is, I don't know if you're aware, he's launched his own chatbot. It's he calls it Launchy, and he gave all of us access to it for 6 days. And today is day number 6. So we could actually go through his stuff and actually start building out our pre-launch content and our, cart close content, nurture emails, all that kind of stuff. And what I've been finding is, for one thing, his thing is it's very glitchy. So it's really been slowing me down a lot because you have to keep reloading it, sit there and watch a scrolling wheel, all that kind of stuff. But an interesting statement that he made was, he said, now everybody realize what's in Launchy, you can do all of this on regular AI of your choice. You don't actually need Launchy for it. It's been trained on his methodology. So I don't want to steal any intellectual property or anything like that. But I've been trying to figure out, I'm going to lose Launchy tonight, and I still have more work to get done. And I didn't know if you could give some best practices, or if there's a way that I can tap into Jeff's stuff, because Jeff said we can do it with any AI. And by the way, before we go any further, I want to know how a guy with this white beard is supposed to follow a beard shaving website. You couldn't have planned that any better.
Miguel will have to let you know on that one, by the way.
Or to see if he stocks machetes besides just razors.
I'm sure Miguel would agree with me that for your domain, Scott, instead of that smooth for you, brother, it's going to be that's hairy.
All right. So, okay, let's talk about something that is a little on the cutting edge, right?
Just a little.
And that's the following. If there is a large body of knowledge about something that is out there because it has been widely proliferated and used by many, many people, while there's probably an originator of that content, there's also a way to use that content through AI because it exists out in the universe. In other words, yes, it would be pretty weird to download, to go to Amazon, get every book that Ernest Hemingway ever wrote, put them into a knowledge base, write some content, and say, take the knowledge base right here and convert it into my style with a Hemingway flair, right? I mean, that might be a little extreme, but to take existing knowledge that's out there and use that to help you with your program, I think is okay. So Hubert, you know where I'm going.
Yes.
So we did a program, and I'm going to pull it up here for a second, where we have a client that uses Action Selling Framework. Are you familiar with that at all, Scott? Have you ever heard of it before?
No, haven't heard the term before.
Okay, so it's a framework, and it basically, it's largely out there. In other words, this is a well-known framework of how to do sales, right?
Okay.
So there, and I'm going to pull it up on my screen right here, and I'm going to show you what I did. So the Action Framework has 7 different parts to it. Part number 1 is called the pre-call. It's define the commitment objective, prepare to act, and it goes into acts. There's 7 different acts. Act 1 is define the commitment objective. Act 2 is prepare to build rapport and trust. If I go a little further down, we get to Act 3. I'll show you in just one second. And then I'll show you how I did this using AI. There's Act 2. So here's Act 3, ask the best questions. That's Act 3. So I went to the very top and I went to AI. And so part 1 is the pre-call, part 2 is the initial call, part 3 is the follow-up call. That's the Action Selling program. Now, I had access to the whole program, but that just seemed like a lot of work to me. When it's a well-known program, just like PLF is a well-known program out there. So I went on there and I said, okay, commitment objective. A commitment objective, and I found this, what it is a goal you set for yourself to gain feedback from the customer in the form of an agreement that moves the sale process forward. Your commitment objective is your action plan for the sales call. You plan the entire sales interaction around the commitment objective you set. So then I said, use ChatGPT as a wizard to get coaching for this act by running this prompt. Act as an expert sales leader knowledgeable about the Action Selling Framework. Ask me a series of questions to help me with Act 1, commitment objective. In your dialogue with me, coach me in implementing this act. Let me change that. Act as an expert leader in product launches, especially with knowledge about product launch formula. Ask me a series of questions to help me with the initial part of product launch formula. In your dialogue, coach me in implementing it. Right?
Interesting.
And then the output, it's so genius, right? The output came out. Absolutely. So this is AI talking to me. I'd be happy to guide you through Act 1. The commitment objective is a crucial first step as it sets the stage for the entire sales process. It's about defining a clear, achievable goal. Let's dive in with some questions to help you define your commitment objective effectively. And then it gives me the questions. Understand the customer's current situation. Can you describe your target customer's current situation or challenge that your service can address? Understand this. And I'm doing this in AI. I'm answering the questions. See, answer yes to launch the first question of the wizard, then go through the questions. Yes, please. Great. Let's start with the first question. Understand the customer's current situations. Can you describe your targets? Try to be as specific as possible. Then I answered the question in AI. Then I said, go to the second question. And I went, now it takes a bit of work to do this, but AI will coach you on how to use product launch formula. And then you
That's cool.
and then you go through the questions, and it helps you spit out the output from knowledge that is existing right now out there in the net on the web.
Mhm.
So you can literally tell AI, be my PLF coach, coach me through this process, give me the step by step. Let's do these one at a time. I'm now working on my closeout sequence. I'm now working on this. Ask me whatever questions you need to know to help me improve this. And of course, always use Hubert's sentence at the end, which is say, can you please tell me why you gave me that output so that I can better understand? And then you use AI to become your PLF coach.
Yes, and further, can I add a couple of things, Rich?
Of course.
Okay, so and further, Scott, and earlier, originally mentioned Mike Filsaime and his work in AI, and everybody does this. And originally, and I, we had a walkthrough of one of his platforms at lightning speed. We were on a Zoom call. I recorded it, and it was Filsaime slinging through a bunch of stuff. And then I said, originally, ask him for his frameworks because I'd like really to know. And originally asked him, and he said, "Oh, sorry, originally I love you, but I can't give you my proprietary data." But what was happening was he was actually using his Excel spreadsheet during the thing. I took the recording and I did a freeze, and I saw what he was doing. Okay? So he was using prompts like he had decomposed all the frameworks for like email welcome series, product launch, pre-launch shot across the bow emails. Yeah. He had all of these broken down. And what he was asking AI was things like act as Jeff Walker of the product launch formula and provide me with a shot across the bow email based on the program described on this page. And then that's how AI would actually adopt not only, as Richard is pointing out, the methodology, but then the tone and the persona of a Jeff Walker. Okay, so now let me share my screen. Earlier, Scott, were you on when I talked about Perplexity?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if you've used it before, but
no, I haven't. I've heard of it.
Okay, go use it now. I just ran this query. I went to perplexity.ai. How can Scott Brown of scottbrown360.com use the product launch formula methodology to grow his business? So it brings you up, so I know it's you, okay? It goes and it searched for information about you, then it went and searched for information about PLM, okay? And it's running an analysis about how you can use PLM to grow your business, okay? It's got different citations here. You can go and look up your stuff about you. You can go look up stuff about Jeff Walker, blah, 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 whatever. So here's the answer, okay? Based on the information provided about Jeff Walker's product launch formula and Scott Brown's business, here are some ways that Scott Brown could potentially use the PLF methodology. Create a signature program, do the PLF launch sequence, and it gives you like the nuts and bolts of PLM. Okay, offer a seed launch, use webinars, PLF, okay? But I then said, give me specific product launch formula assets for Scott. So based on that, it continues. Remember, now this is an answers engine based on AI. So in this section, it can go and leverage more of the information it found. So check this out, Scott. For pre-launch content, it gives you specific ideas. Free mini course, series of blog posts. You can do the sideways sales letter. So it's speaking all the lingo of Jeff Walker, and it's giving you ideas on how to do PLM. So a dear friend of ours, Richard and I, we were very friendly with Mark, who led up the coaching program of PLM, okay? So Richard, I'm sorry, I keep saying PLF. I said PLM because Richard and I were in the version of PLF called Product Launch Managers. But anyway, Richard, this puts the PLM coaches out of business, sorry to say. Don't tell Jeff. And so check this out, Scott. You can go and get basically like a methodology such as product launch formula mapped to a business entity such as Scott Brown 360, and it gives you a whole layout right here. So in fact, Perplexity is actually working better than the Launchifier or whatever the spinning wheel stuff that you were watching. So there you go, brother.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Thank you. And that's using a lot of the same verbiage that he just used here over the weekend. And that
Yeah.
Launchy is spitting out some of that same how-to verbiage.
And you can and you can drill into any of those things. So if you pull that back up for 1 second, if you can drill into every one of those things to go down to the next level. So if you've said you've used some of the tool to get to XYZ, you say, okay, what I want to know is I want to get mental triggers. So you could literally go to Perplexity right now and in a follow-up question say, give me a couple of really powerful mental triggers for high-powered women who da 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 da. Input all the data that you know about your profile for the ideal client, and bada boom, and it goes, and suddenly you'll get it. You could do that for every single piece of this, all the way through.
That is wild. Thank you. I'm glad I asked you.
All right, here we go.
Right?
I'm glad I asked you. Thank you.
Here we go. Give me a couple of powerful mental triggers for targeting high net worth women. Here you go, Scott. Remember, originally I get 10%.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
Okay,
Actually,
so
everybody, while this is going on, because it's going really fast, I know we're running over here, but we're always happy to stay a little later to help anybody. Please do book a time with me if you want to find out a little bit more, see if you're the right fit for the mastermind. And for everybody else, the new platform is under construction. Hubert Lee's going nuts behind the scenes, building stuff, coming soon, just letting you know where it's happening. So yeah, look at this.
Okay, so Scott, tell us if it's on track or off track. For high target, for that target, for those women, are these like key triggers? Enduring impact and legacy, time efficiency and balance. Like, is it on target here?
Yeah, it still applies. It's high-powered women. You have high net worth. So it's not going to be exactly, but
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
there you
very
go.
subtle.
So
Yeah.
you can, to Ridgely's point, you can dig in on any of this. Now, I ask you this, guys, as much as I love Google, given the choice between an AI-powered answers engine and a search engine, which would you prefer?
Oh,
Yeah, there's no-
definitely this.
Right. So this is just the new world we're in.
All right.
That's cool.
Thank you,
Thank you, guys.
everybody, for joining us. Scott, always a pleasure, brother. Come back and see us again, as you normally do. We are gathering next week because it is Mind Types After Dark. You know what that means, everybody.
Awesome.
We'll be joining on the 11th. That is Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. If you're not a member of the mastermind yet, hit me up on my link in the chat and let's have a conversation to see if it's the right fit for you. Doing some amazingly cool stuff. And you've barely seen the beginning of it. Much more to come. Hubert, I'm sure you got something to leave us with.
Yes, I do. I have two thoughts. One is thank you so much, especially at this time of year, to spend a day with us or an hour and a half with us. We really appreciate it because you could be on vacation. So now, Ridgely, Scott, where do sharks go on vacation?
Oh,
Where do sharks go on vacation?
where do they go on vacation?
Finland.
Okay, fine. All right, that's it. We're out of here. See you guys next week. Enjoy Thursday night, Mind Types After Dark. If you haven't joined the mastermind yet, hit me up on the link and we'll make it happen. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now. Bye, guys. Ciao. See you later.